If you're running Google Ads for a home service business, then you really only have one goal in mind, and that's to get the phone ringing with a low cost per call. If you have a good close rate and a really good cost per call from your ads, that can translate into a substantial amount of customers, which translates into revenue and a substantial amount of business growth. And the best way, and my favorite way, to lower your cost per call from Google Ads is to work on the landing page. If you have a landing page that's converting at 5 to 10% and you convert that to a 20, 30, or even a 40% conversion rate, you're quite literally doubling or quadrupling the amount of leads you're getting for the same cost. This is one of the highest impact things you can do for your ad campaigns. In this video today, I'm going to break down the exact landing page template that we use for a bunch of different clients across different industries, all in the local service-based industries. I'm going to scroll through the whole thing top to bottom so you get everything, every single detail. I'll even talk through why certain aspects of it work and why we've scrapped other aspects. If that sounds good to you, let's get right into it. So here's the page, and we're starting in mobile view. And don't worry, I'm going to expand it here in a second to make it a little easier for you to see. But the reason we're starting in mobile is because quite literally, almost all of the conversions we see come from mobile. People just are on their phones now. People, if we're doing a call funnel, right? So we're running ads for a service and we're hoping people call us or submit a contact form to request us for that service. Running these ads on mobile just make way more sense. It's way easier to click one button to do a call instead of typing it on your phone while you're looking at the screen or copying it from your iPad over to your phone or something like that. So we typically end up running just mobile traffic. To be clear, we always try desktop, tablet, and mobile. But once that campaign kicks in, if we start seeing mobile outperforming, we'll switch it straight to mobile. Now, the reason this is important is because when you're building these landing pages, you need to design it for mobile first. We live in a mobile world these days. Everyone's on their phones. You need to design it for mobile first. Now, before I start breaking it down section by section and zoom in, I want to show you here this button at the bottom, this tap to call now. This is a sticky footer, meaning it's always there as we scroll through. And I wanted to show you that because when I zoom in, you're not going to be able to see that anymore. But this element right here, this button is critically important. You need to be putting this on all of your landing pages. It's just a constant call to action that's always there. So you don't have to worry about not having a button on screen at all times because it's always there and it drives a ton of traffic just having that button right there, thumb level. Also, do not put it in the header, put it in the footer, right where people's thumbs are. That's exactly where it's going to be. And it's going to work great for you. All right, I've zoomed in a bit here. Now let's tackle this hero section. That's what we call this top section. It's the first thing they see. And this is seriously where you should spend about 80% of your focus is this right here. You also should focus on this little bit here that's popping in because on a full phone, you're going to see that. So this whole, like the first screen someone sees, focus on that. I'm just going to kind of break it down. So starting up here, you have your company logo and a phone number. This is kind of a relic from desktop traffic where, people expect the logo on the top left and they expect the phone number or the call to action in the top right. Now, we don't really see much action on this phone number. It's just nice to have it there because old school people might prefer that. And it just builds a little bit of trust and authority and makes someone feel like, okay, I'm in the right place here. This is a logo from the ad I clicked. Here's the phone number. If that's what I was looking for, I can just call that right away. But the critical part here is the headline. When you're running ads, right, especially Google ads, what you're doing is you're capturing somebody who has declared to the world, or they declared to the internet that they are looking for the service you offer. So in this example, this is a carpet cleaner. The reason this says location's best carpet cleaning experts, let's say this location is Texas. If someone searches for Texas carpet cleaning, they obviously wouldn't do that. They would search more local. They'd search like a city. But just for an example, if they search Texas's best carpet cleaning and they click an ad that says the best carpet cleaners in Texas, then they need to get taken to a page that fits exactly what they're searching for. Texas's best carpet cleaning experts. Or if they're searching for a different service, whatever that ad is, it must match the headline on the page. Because the first thing somebody does when they land on a page, just kind of think like what you do, right? If you click a link, the first thing you do is, even consciously or subconsciously, you think, does this page have what I need? And you're deciding that immediately. So if you don't have a headline and a picture, I'll talk about the picture in a second, that draws them in and makes them think, oh yeah, this is where I should be, they're going to bounce right away. They're going to switch the page. They might think they clicked on the wrong thing or whatever it might be. So your biggest goal with this headline right here, it's not to be funny, it's not to be creative. It's to let them know that they're in the right place, that this page will solve their problem and whatever they're searching for is here. Next thing you do in this sub headline, I always like to just add a little bit of trust. So kind of the thought process is, okay, I'm in the right place. Why should I stay here now? Like this is what I'm looking for. Now it's more of a question of you as the company. Are you trustworthy? Are you able to take my business? So we start by building trust immediately in that sub headline. And then really the rest of this like little middle section between the headline and the call to action is all about trust. Just showing that, hey, we're a good business. You can trust us. We're reliable. Show some reviews. Say some words that people care about, like certified, insured. A satisfaction guarantee is great. Talk about you've been around for 30 years. All of that's great. And before I get to the call to action, the next thing I want to talk about is this background image. This is a template image, right? So I just have a random city in the background. But what you want to do with this image is kind of one of two things. Ideally, you have a picture of your crew just like all together, or something that shows your business in some sort of way. Because yes, this image is obstructed, and yes, it's dim. It adds a level of legitimacy when it's not just a stock image. So you can either do one of two things. Like I said, you can show the city that you're servicing, because that lets someone know that, hey, I'm in the right spot. Okay. Or typically what we prefer is showing your business next to your work truck, or having a picture of all you guys together, hopefully outside, like with your logo in the background, or some sort of way to put a face to the company and legitimize yourself a bit. That's kind of the best strategy we have for that. Keep in mind, this image is going to be obstructed. It's going to have buttons in the way. It's going to have text in the way. If the detail of the image is super important, if it has like a bunch of text on it, if your truck has a bunch of text on it and it looks bad with the text on top of text, probably don't do that. Maybe you might want to go for the city shot or wherever you're at instead. But basically just building trust, building that, hey, we're in the right place. If you're looking for carpet cleaning, having a guy holding a carpet cleaning device would work really well as well. So now to the call to action. We just have a very simple verb to call. So tap to call, click to call, tap to call now for a free estimate. Things that they just keep it very simple, keep it nice and big. It's very clear what they want you to do. You can play around with the colors too, like maybe swap these two colors, because we also have our secondary call to action. Now, this is completely optional. We have it here because this is our template, so we remove it if we don't use it. But some businesses just really thrive off of contact forms instead of phone numbers. So if you have this button here that says message us instead, well, when they click that, it automatically scrolls them all the way down here to the bottom where they can submit a contact form. Now keep in mind that we strategically put this here so they can still call instead, because we prefer the call. And we always keep this footer of call now, which you can't see because I zoomed in. But I'm going to go back to the top now. We kind of got ahead of ourselves. That's the hero section. Again, it's really critical. Play around with it. Start with something like this and, tweak it as it goes. But this is really critical. Now, something you can't see because I'm zoomed in is that realistically, if you're on a phone here, I'm not going to zoom out, but you get it, right? On the phone, you're probably going to see down to here. You're probably going to see the full screen down to here because I'm zoomed in a bit. So this image, now that I'm going into here to the benefits section, this image is probably more critical than this image because you're peaking a little bit. So it's piquing your interest. This should specifically be, and it shouldn't be anything else other than this, is someone from your crew doing the job that we're advertising here at this service. So it should be someone from your crew cleaning a carpet. It should not be a stock photo. It should not be just like a generic company photo. It should be your crew doing the carpet cleaning. If you don't have that picture, honestly, just go get one. If you're doing jobs, get one. Make it real. This is what really lets people know they're in the right spot. Because the way I kind of like to think about it is people are visual. They're not going to read this. Like realistically, this might not ever even get read. It's just because people don't read every word, they kind of scan. So when they're scanning, they want to see exactly what their situation is. So for carpet cleaning, right? If we are targeting home carpet cleaning, there should be somebody in a home carpet cleaning, because that, as the searcher, that matches what I'm envisioning in my head that I need. If we're doing commercial carpet cleaning, we should have a guy cleaning the carpet in a nice like office space commercial area, because that's matching my head. Or if this company also does like tile and grout and other floor cleaning, well, we should have a different page for that where they're cleaning the tile and grout, maybe even interior or exteriors. Maybe they're like cleaning the outside of a pool or the inside, like on a kitchen. So all those things, this is really important. This really goes hand in hand with the headline. Seriously, these are the two most critical parts, I would say. Then we just, we slap some more trust up here, and then we slap some benefits down here. I typically don't do all 6 of these. We probably cut out a couple, but we put some benefits there for like, why should we choose us? And just put that there. Because this is the thought process that the website visitor is going through. They're starting off with, am I in the right place? Can I trust you? How do I reach out to you? So am I in the right place? Yes. Can I trust you? Yes. Yes. Even with this, yes, this helps. This picture for especially am I in the right place as well. And then it starts going to, why should I reach out to you? So why should I? So here are the benefits. This is why. This is why you should do carpet cleaning. Because sometimes they might not be fully committed to the idea of doing it right now. They're telling you why. And then they're a little hesitant still. They're still thinking, okay, but there's still some unknowns about this process. Is this really, I don't know if I should get into this. I don't really like to call people because I get stuck in all this crap and I have to end up paying money for something I don't like. So then we just go down to a really simple 3-step process of what to expect. Now, this is different for every business, but in this situation, it's call us, give us a call. We'll come give you a free estimate, and then we'll clean your space if you agree to it. That simple. Sometimes that just makes a difference for somebody. So now as we scroll down here, and another trust element, and then we go into the testimonials. These are great. These are a lot of people just, when they start reading these, we do heat maps on these sites, right? So we know where people spend most of their time. Obviously, the hottest part of the website is up here, but the next hottest part is the testimonials. Most of the time, people just scan through this. They'll flick through it, they'll scan it. But when they get to the testimonials, they actually read these. So a key tip here is when you're making these landing pages for all your different services, don't just do the same testimonials. Don't get lazy. Swap these out for your different services. So if this is a carpet cleaning example, we'll do some reviews from people that we did carpet cleaning for, and they talked about that. If we're doing a tile cleaning version of this, swap it out for reviews of your tile cleaning service. I see it all the time. People kind of get lazy. They just pick their favorite reviews from whatever service it might be. Well, that doesn't always equate to what the visitor wants to see when they're checking out your website. So this is simple testimonial part. We're still building that trust. We're getting that skeptical person to potentially reach out to us. But the next question they probably have is, okay, so I'm in the right place. I think, I have this, we have some benefits. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, these guys are legit. We've actually seen some reviews from real customers in the past. The next question typically is, I like to call it the snowflake question, which is, I'm a unique special snowflake. Do you fit my unique special needs? Now we try to cover that with, just like some general, very simple icons, like what we can do. Sometimes we'll double this up, but one thing I would warn you against is do not get too wordy. Don't put paragraphs in here. Nobody reads it. Just keep it like icon and headline, because this might be all they need. They might have searched for carpet cleaning, but what they really needed was upholstery and rug cleaning. And now that they saw that, like, oh, they do both, and then they'll call you. So just put in your other services as well. This helps a ton. And then keeping with the snowflake thing, I know it says right here, it says location's best carpet cleaning experts. So for the example I was using, let's say this is Texas. Realistically, we're going to be doing a smaller spot, but let's say it says Texas. And then down here, it says proudly serving the main location, Texas, and then city/town within that. So this is fixing that problem as well of, I'm kind of on the outskirts of town. Do they serve me? And if they see their town in here, like, oh, awesome. And then they'll call you. So keeping that. And then finally, just to wrap that up, more FAQs. So we do, 4 to 7 of these, just whatever makes sense for the service, frequently asked questions to hopefully reduce some of the apprehension they might have for reaching out because they have a situation they're kind of worried about, or they have an objection they're worried about. So pro tip here, put your objections here. So for carpet cleaning, somebody's objection might be, oh, I want my carpet cleaned, but I don't want to move all my furniture. So say, do you have to move your furniture? No, we'll move it for you. Something like that. Or, gosh, I don't want to be out of the house. I don't want to have wet carpet for however long. So you say, how long does it take my carpet to dry? Oh, it only takes actually 2 to 4 hours. And, we'll leave you some fans and we'll pick them up later in the day to speed that process up. So something like that to ease the objections helps a ton. Then right here, I get into just like a big call to action section. So this picture, we haven't really done that many pictures. And that's because we really are relying on these two to do the heavy lifting. Now we go down to this picture here. This picture should be a very, how do I describe this? A very ad hoc picture, a very, very rough picture. Ideally, it's a selfie, like a selfie of your crew working or you as the owner, or it could be a professional picture as well of you, just something to humanize it, put a real face to the company. Just like a friendly, fun picture to humanize it that makes it like, oh, these guys would be nice to talk to. That's really what this is. This is just showing you're a real person. Never use a stock photo here. Never, never, never use a stock photo. Just something simple. Keep it a square. Keep it professional. I'm not saying make it ugly and rough and dumb. Make it look good. Put that here. Throw your logo down. And then this one's unique here. So on the phone, you'll also have noticed our call to action is just here. I'll move it up. Our call to action this whole time has just been this tap to call now, but we're going to incorporate the actual phone number here. So this time we're actually writing the number out. And if you'll notice, the only other time we wrote the number out was at the very top up here. Otherwise, it's tap to call now, and then that sticky footer that's there the whole time with us. So now we go back down, and then we get to the contact form, which, we clicked that button to get there. But when you click that contact form scroll, we have this little number poking up there. So that's hopefully to subconsciously get them to start filling out this contact form, like, this is too much work. I don't want to type it out. And instead, they just call you. That's the goal with this. And then really, that's the whole page. That's the end. We end it right here, and that's it. So hopefully this is helpful for you. This simple page can seriously convert like crazy. And you might think, we did some iterations. We started with way more text, way more paragraphs, way more details, more pictures. And we found that removing the clutter improved the conversion rates. It's kind of counterintuitive what you would think. You think that giving them more information is better, but sometimes just a cleaner page, direct to the point, works the best. Because my theory is when you give them too much information, they get overwhelmed and they don't read it. It's like if you get an email and it's like 4 paragraphs long, you're not going to read that. It's like, whatever, I don't care. It's probably spam, ignore it. Or you get a text that's 5 paragraphs long. Like, why the heck you texting me this? Just call me. That's my theory on it. This is the page. Again, the headline and the hero section. Spend 80% of your time on this. Don't worry too much about getting in the weeds down here. This is just, reinforcing the thought process all the way through of you're in the right place. We're a trustworthy company. We have past results that are great. These are the benefits you get working with us. And we're going to fight some objections that you might have, such as in the FAQ section or the locations we serve or the services we offer. If that sounds great to you, give us a call. That's all it's for. Hey, so copy this layout. I really hope it performs well for you. It works really well for us. And seriously, if you're struggling with like 5 to 10% conversion rates, or I've taken on clients who had a 1.5% conversion rate with the last company they worked with, putting in a landing page like this that just really cleans it up, gives you a good, strong headline at the beginning to really draw attention. This will make crazy improvements on your ad campaigns and will drive a substantial amount of revenue to your business. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you want some more information, I have a free Ultimate Google Ads guide. Get that below. First link in the description. And if you want us to just build a campaign for you, we have a great offer. We build everything for you, start to finish. This exact landing page multiple times in your campaign. Everything done properly, the right way to start you off on the right track. We have a full setup offer that you can apply for below. It's a one-time payment, no ongoing fees. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.